And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a real treat. This little gal has performed comedy everywhere for active military and veterans. He is the creator of 2 popular Zoom comedy shows. He is a proud veteran and a member of the Veterans of Comedy. Please welcome the fabulous Linda Marcus Smith.
Hi, everybody. I have to get David off the screen. David Scott, give it up again for him. Such a great host and such a great comedian. He even headlines around, and so does Chris. Chris was awesome too. Thank you, Chris. Oh my gosh. Notice how I am doing the wrong thing here right now. Just 1 second. Please be patient. How's that go? Please be patient. God is not finished with me yet. Let's see here. Remove pin. That used to mean something totally different. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to be here, you guys. I am in Vegas, living it up in Sin City, and I have been so busy. Not with comedy. I've been busy aging. Is anybody getting older up in here? Hello? We're all getting older. Oh my gosh. This is the most relatable thing a baby boomer has ever told you. Yeah. I just had a birthday. Yeah. Okay, it was back in March, but whatever. I turned 21 for the 3rd time. Woo! 21 times 3 plus none of your business. That's what I turned. And I have a twin brother back in Portland, Oregon, named Fred. He embarrassed me in March. He came out as a 70-year-old. Oh my gosh. I'm busted. Busted. I don't do that. I say 21 times 3 plus none of your business like it's nothing. I won't tell. Now everybody knows my age. Oh my gosh. My twin is so funny. He says that I look just like him in drag. I said, Fred, you were born 30 minutes before me. You're my afterbirth. Yeah. Now he calls me rarely. And when he does, he likes to say things to me like, I don't have many brains or something like that. To which I say, Fred, that apple doesn't fall far from our family tree. We're related. Remember, we're twinsies. Twinsies for life. I gotta tell you, I am so delighted to do comedy for you all. I've been tingly all week. You know, do you have any idea how thankful I am for first responders? I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for a chief like Jim and family and support people. And oh my gosh, I had a blood clot in 2004 and a fire person, a lady, she came and she made sure that I didn't go back in the house with a blood clot. You know, I owe it all to the first responders. But I got to tell you, there was this one time I was driving a car. I love the kitty cat. I was driving a car and it started on fire. And I was so distraught. There goes my little car that I love so much, up in flames. So I called the fire department. They came right away, put the fire out, called my girlfriend, Kathy, my car's on fire. I'll be right over there. She comes over, the fire is out. There's a man marching around the car and he's got a clipboard and a pen. And he says, and who are you? She says, I'm Kathy. I come to all of Linda's fires. We were single mothers raising children on our own. And when she went to get remarried, I went to the wedding and went through the procession line, got to meet her new in-laws, and they said to me, "So who are you?" And of course, I had the comedy callback wherewithal, so I said, "I'm Linda. I come to all her weddings." It was a perfect opportunity. I know what you guys are all thinking while you're looking at me in those boxes. She looks just like Marilyn Monroe, right? I get that all the time because of the blonde hair. I just overlook it, you know. I'll do like comedy and I'll do really good and they'll say, "Oh, you look so beautiful. You look like Marilyn Monroe." What about the jokes, people? Wasn't the pandemic weird at the beginning though? Really, wasn't it? Notice I didn't do a segue. If you want a segue, go watch Mall Cop. I'm too old for segues. Yeah, the pandemic was weird because they told us to stay home and don't travel. So I stayed home because I'm a boomer. I pay attention. I looked at my fridge and I said, "I'm eating everything in that fridge if I'm staying home." I did. I ate everything in the house and sent my hips abroad. Yeah. Little bit about me or a lot, whichever. I love to mess with New Yorkers. Are any of you New Yorkers? Like the Big Apple, you love New York? None of that. Cool, I won't tell them. But I love to mess with New Yorkers and tell them, "I'm from the Upper West Side." You don't sound like it, you don't look like it, you don't act. No, not the good Upper West Side. The Upper West Side of the US map, Oregon. Yay! Yeah. My state, oh my gosh, when I grew up there in the 50s, it was so serene. Wait, it was serenely racist, whatever. They were so racist. It used to make me so sad. You know, and I come from a little tiny town none of you have ever heard of in the news at all lately, Portland, Oregon. Yeah. It's actually where a lot of first responders have a lot of job security lately. Well, they're getting their money's worth out of that city. But when I grew up there, it was quiet. Such a quiet city in the 50s. It was so quiet. I used to have to ride a really slow trolley all the way downtown to shop fast. Oh wait, shoplift fast. That's what it was. I gave it up, but in my day, I hate to brag, but have you ever been so good at something you had to quit? Now that's good. Man, I do hate to brag, but I almost turned a 5 and dime store with a soda fountain. Megan, do you know what a soda fountain is? I almost turned one into a non-profit. One lipstick package of makeup at a time. I gave it all up and I went back to the store and I asked them, "What can I do to make it up to you?" Megan, do you know what they told me?
Come work?
They told me, "Just don't come back." Totally fair, yeah. So my town, Portland, has turned upside. Have you read the book, Dr. Seuss's book, The Upside Down Town? Well, Portland is like that to me. It's turned upside down on me. It's now very progressive. Do you see anything about me right now that looks progressive? I'm not. Once I got on the phone and spent 15 minutes to save money on car insurance, which is weird because my car had burned in a fire and I didn't have another car. Yeah. Once in Portland, I did almost kiss a Portland hipster barista. Yeah, I almost did because he said, "You look just like Marilyn." Who wouldn't want to kiss him, right? So I said, oh, wow, she's so, and he goes, no, Manson, Marilyn Manson.
Oh.
I gave up shoplifting makeup. I didn't have a way to change my makeup for him. I was stuck with that. But that's okay, you know, because when us baby boomers, we go by a couple different mottos. One would be the song, it meant so much to us boomers. And I'm sure that some of you will remember it, the song Precious and Few. Remember that? Precious and Few. Yeah. By the group Climax. Yeah. I can't go into it any farther because this is my clean set, but you get the picture. The other thing us boomers are driven by is that we go by the motto, when the going gets tough, the tough don't go shopping, we just get going and we split. That's what I did many times. So when Portland got too much for me, I took off. I became a wanted woman, and not for shoplifting. Isn't that weird? I found out I was wanted at the post office. Awkward. You never want to do that. He was looking at me. His eyes followed me everywhere. He pointed, said he wanted me. I'm a boomer. We don't say no to men, no matter how old. So I went in the Army. And as military intelligence would have it, they took this little half Jewish girl and put me right in the middle of Germany. Yeah, take that, Hitler. Should have checked my record. Had to put up with me for 3 years, making little wisecracks. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, as a boomer, I don't have self-esteem. What is that? Do you think we got self-esteem? What's with the phrase self-esteem? You know where us women got our self-esteem? From 50s men honking, whistling, telling us we had value, or they had a need they wanted us to fill that I can't talk about in this set. Yeah, oh my gosh. So thank you to all the 50s men. I am now addicted to getting attention and needing compliments to keep my whatever self-esteem I have up. And here in Vegas, you have no idea what I have to do to get attention and compliments. I have to, oh my gosh, I have to tell you that I will go up and down the Las Vegas Strip in a prom gown and stilettos, and I'll walk in the middle of the strip. I have, just to get a honk. You know, it's been rough getting the honks. I don't know if you've heard of the Me Too. When they give me a honk, I go into my best Robert De Niro impression. Here we go. Are you ready? Are you honking at me? You better be honking at me. Do you know how long it took me to look this good? The fake blonde hair and the high heels. You better be honking at me. It took me 21 times 3 plus. They don't have time for it. It's fun to think about though. I got to tell you, if you're out giving almost old ladies like me compliments, listen to this. Oh my gosh, I have my 3 favorite worst compliments I get. Ready? Number 1, you are aging backwards. Oh my gosh, they just took aging and made it sound great. Did you guys know Benjamin Buttons was a sex symbol? I know that. Oh my gosh. Number 2, they say, you, just a second, I'm running out of air. You look good for your age. Oh, so you know what 21 times 3 plus none of your business is? I don't think so. Don't end a compliment with a prepositional phrase. You end a compliment with a preposition, your night is not going to end with a proposition. Reckon the whole compliment. You know, the worst one that you can give an almost old lady is when you tell her, oh, your twin brother said you're 70. Well, don't worry. Age is just a number. Oh, really? Age is just a number? Now let's take that for a second and run with it. Okay, so then Mount St. Helens is just a hill. What about the great white sharks? They're just fish. Maybe the Capitol insurrection, that's just the new National Board of Tourism.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, a little bit of sticking it to them for a second. Yeah, but I was wanted and I went in the military and I served 3 years. So what that means is, if you're hearing this in English, you have me to thank. I'm kidding, of course. While men and women were in the jungles of Vietnam fighting for our lives and our rights, I was in Germany in a division called GITA, Y-I-T-A. No, you never heard of it. I made it up. It's called Yodeling in the Alps. They didn't have me do hardly anything but count money, you know, circle back to being Jewish. It was great. It's kind of hard to count it out. I'd rather count it in, you know the drill. But yeah, oh my gosh. Military intelligence also told me that I'm related to Albert Einstein. Isn't that incredible to find that out in Germany? Oh my gosh, it's become my family's theory of relativity. So true. You know, I didn't believe it at first because look at me. Do you think I look like I'm allergic to a hairbrush? Didn't seem right. Oh my gosh. And before that, the claim of being related to Einstein, every time I saw E equals MC square, I just got hungry for a couple hamburgers at the Golden Arches. What did I know? Oh my gosh, yeah. But the military does give you so much. Wait a minute. Did I say give? I signed my life away. They didn't give me nothing. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. I did get pregnant there and married. Yes, I said pregnant and then married. Well, yeah. We learn as we get older. That wasn't the right order. Yeah. So when I was in the military, I had one thing I loved to do. I called up my parents and I said, Mom, Dad, they were divorced. I wouldn't believe what I'm doing here in Hanau, Germany. Yeah. I'm drinking the German soldiers till they fall under the table with their own dark beer. Isn't that great? No, not for World War II and Hitler, no. Yeah, no, for alcoholism, temporary alcoholism. Hello? Lines went dead. That's what happens. Yeah. You know, I raised a daughter because I got pregnant. I raised her to full adulthood, you know, 18. Took me 36 years. I still don't know how to spell smother love. I'm in denial. She would yell, scream, slam doors, and tell me she hated me. So I finally let her fly on her own, and I went to be an adult at age 63 in comedy. So does it really count as adulting? I don't know. Somebody let me know. But it helps me stay positive and laugh. When I get sad about my daughter, I go on Facebook, you know. It says what's on your mind. It's their fault. I write jokes. One day, I wrote 82 jokes. Can you imagine how sad I was? A 72-year-old lady from Portland, a comedian, she called me up and she said, I'm going to block you. And I said, why, Betty? And she said, because you wrote 82 jokes today. And I said, I did. Oh, I didn't want to tell her I was depressed. That's none of her business. So she said, yes. And I read them all and I missed my doctor's appointment. So I said, oh, that's really horrible, but I'm not really seeing the downside to very much of this at all. So I said, what's your doctor's name? And I called him and we started dating. I'm kidding. You know, I think he probably would have thanked me for that. Come to think of it, you know, but I did. I started doing comedy when my daughter and I went our separate ways. And my comedy coaches were really rough on me at the start. They told me to quit saying so many words and get to the punchline, right? And stay off those premises. And I thought, well, should I go back or stay at home? They don't want me on the premises. So I stayed home and just started writing. So I wrote so many jokes on Facebook. Connie, you know I do this. Now you know why. And one day, New York started calling on me. They said, do you think you're so smart with your road rage on Facebook? If you're that funny, you'll get over here and get on Comic Strip Live on the stage here. So I did. I took the train. Hashtag, the best place on the train to do comedy is in the differently abled section. They're going nowhere for miles. They have no camera, I mean, no TV monitors. I don't think they've ever seen Throw Mama Off the Train. I was doing jokes to Oshkosh and Bed Bath and Beyond. Yeah. But when I got to New York City, oh my gosh, I saw it. The Empire State Building was so beautiful up there. And it started singing to me, right? It's all about me. I heard the song, you know it, sing it with me. If you can make it here, you'll make it. And then I heard the voice. Get out of the bike lane, you crazy witch with a B, because this is my clean set. My gosh, I'd been screamed at in the middle of Manhattan. I needed a shrink. So I ran and got me one. I told her all my symptoms, one after the other, of course. Everything I told her I had, she said she had. Everything I had, she took. So of course, I took her husband.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm from Portland. We're very passive aggressive there. Not aggressive. I had my neighbor take her husband. These are jokes. Didn't do that either. Yeah. So as things turned upside down on me in New York, too many triggers, too short a period of time, I got to going. And I heard, with a little bit of money and a whole lot of chutzpah, you can be anything in Vegas. Oh my gosh, I couldn't wait to get here. And I got here just in time for COVID. Yeah. There was no sin nowhere. No drinkers, no gamblers. I thought I was in Utah. Nothing going on. There was not even any slick hooker trading cards smashed all over the sidewalk. How was I gonna get a slip and fall accident and pay my rent now? It's really ridiculous. And it's like as if every single Elvis had left every single building, literally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I've been here. And my comedy career has been taking off here in Vegas. You wouldn't believe it, taking off through the roof. Okay, mostly at bus stops, whatever. Do you like my dress?
Yes.
It's because of my bus stop comedy career. I call it my LVBSCCT, Las Vegas Bus Stop Comedy Career Tour, where I'm killing it all over Vegas bus stops. And this little lady was there and she was sad. I can't take it if somebody's sad. So I had the antidote. I told her a joke and she told me to keep my day job. Come to think of it, I hadn't had one since 1996. Oopsie. But now I got me a day job. I'm a Sin City streetwalker. Am I really? Well, with a Fitbit, going walking and getting me some of that 1950s attention I need. So just going walking. Do you think I care if somebody thinks I might be a streetwalker? A job is a job. I don't care what, I'm too old to care what people think. I got to get attention. Men love prom gowns. We all know that. And so that works for me. In fact, my idea of a really good day in Vegas is when casino security steps up to me and says, "You look just like Marilyn Monroe." And I know I'm looking really hot. That's a good day. Oh my gosh, I take my looks and my age so seriously. I know it takes everybody by surprise. But before I go, I'm a boomer, so you got to put up with a couple of puns. Ready? I warned you. All righty. Well, I'm a boomer. Some people do impressions. I want to learn voices. Yeah, I want to learn like, well, I don't know, 1,000 or so voices. But I'm also older, getting a little forgetful. So I'm afraid that I might draw a blank. A Mel Blanc. A big old Mel Blanc. Yeah. Does anybody like ice cream? I love it. Oh my gosh, I love ice cream. I could eat it all day, all of it, you know, I would. I don't think that diabetes is funny, but I do think that I could eat it till I gave myself diabetes and get really angry at myself for doing it. And then that would make me lactose intolerant. Don't you hate to love or love to hate, whatever it is with puns? Yeah. Well, that is really about my time, but I just want to let you know that you're sitting there wondering, man, this lady's wacky. What's the takeaway? There is no takeaway other than hopefully I inspired you not to care when you get older. But anytime a boomer is not taken away by a siren or a squad car, and you don't see Dalmatians on a fire truck, it's a good day. So thank you so much. I love you all. You're a great audience.